Provincial Park. I'll show you the trails, the camping area, and the beach. It's not a large park, but it is really nice. I parked at the beach, and what a lovely beach it is. The swimming area is sandy and shallow for a ways, and there are some trees for shade. We'll come back to the beach, but I'm going to walk on the trail first. I really love coming to a place like this where there are lots of families out with young kids, enjoying the water, going paddling, going for a walk in the woods. I think it's just such a nice family holiday place. The shoreline along the trail is exceptionally beautiful. The first 500 meters of the trail is paved and goes through a cedar forest. The white cedar is one of my favorite trees, with its shaggy bark and segmented evergreen leaves. It's interesting that these same cedars look so different from the water. We'll see that a little later on. Here are some native wildflowers growing along the trail. They are spotted Joe Pye, and they are excellent pollinator plants for butterflies and bees. Do you know what tree this is? It's a type of maple with these maple key samaras. The leaves have 3 shallow lobes with jagged edges. It is a mountain maple, and it is the smallest native maple, growing more as a shrub than a tree. This next section is a boardwalk with lots of Joe Pye amid the cattails, and also some high bush cranberry. Do you recognize these trembling leaves and the white bark trunk that is not peeling? It is, of course, a trembling aspen, and they are all along this boardwalk. I really love watching these leaves in the wind. I'm trying to get a video of some of these lower down leaves trembling in the wind, but they're not as likely to tremble as the high up ones. I'll see if I can do it. The leaves tremble because the stem is very thin and flexible. A small cross trail is closed in the summer because of a nesting turkey vulture. We'll see this again from the other side. Here at the end of the hiking trail, I'm just going to dip in and take a look at some of the campsites. Oh, I see. They're not campsites exactly, but roofed accommodations here. Very nice. Looks like it sleeps 6 people on 2 bunk beds. There's no running water, so the washrooms are in a central location nearby. On the way back, you see the other side of the turkey vulture nesting site closure. This building is nearly 200 years old and served as a stone milk house when there was a farm here in the 1800s. The trail continues up on the hill, and the trees are particularly beautiful on this section. Here is a sugar maple with codominant stems. That is when a tree trunk splits into 2 roughly equal-sized trunks that grow side by side. It may be caused by damage at the top of the tree, but maples are one of the species that grow codominant stems quite regularly. It's actually quite nice for camping. Decent-sized sites with some privacy between the sites. And
It just looks very peaceful and fun.
After a lovely 5-kilometer hike on the trail and the camping roads, I'm back at the beach. Time to get out on the water and see how the cedar trees look so different on the water side. I don't usually see cedar cones. They grow better in direct sunlight, so maybe they are usually high up in the tree, because I normally see cedars in a dense forest. On this sunny side of the cedars, there are lots of cones. They start off light green and become brown when they mature. The cones contain seeds that are dispersed on the wind in the fall. The remaining parts of the brown cones usually stay on the branch for a year or two.
Now that I've turned around, it's a really nice breeze.
You enter the park at the gate where you can buy a daily vehicle permit. I usually get my permit on the Ontario Parks website before I leave home to make sure the park isn't at full capacity. I parked here at the beach parking and then walked on the trail along the lake. The first 500 meters of the trail is paved. This is where the cabins are, and then I started back on the trail. You have a choice of 2 trails up on the hill. I walked on both of them, but I would recommend the one higher up the hill because you have a better look at the beautiful tall trees. I walked past these campsites and then I returned to the beach parking to pump up my kayak for a lovely, peaceful paddle. The trail is about 3 kilometers, but my hike was closer to 5 kilometers.